December. It's here. My goodness. Where has the year gone? Anyway, we're not here to talk about the changing of seasons, no. We're here to talk about dating. Oh yeah. Online dating. Yes, that amazing magical thing that's been around since 1959, where people can meet people on the interwebs and chat and talk and maybe meet up and maybe do things which cannot be spoken of. And what app springs to your mind when I say those two words? Tinder. Yes, correct. Well done. That's the one I was talking about, at least. Now, we've all heard of Tinder horror stories. And if you haven't, well, that's what this video is about, so there we go. Yes, I'm gonna be having a little look at some Tinder horror stories because I've heard that interesting subject to talk about. Yes. I've never had any horror stories, luckily. I've gone on dates with some questionable people, but nothing quite on the level of some of these people. So yeah, lucky me. But yeah, to be honest, I kind of keep the whole online dating thing as far away from me as possible because I like meeting people in person because I prefer it. I like to pick up vibes, you see. What is your Tinder horror story? Let's find out. Matched with a pretty good-looking guy, and our personalities clicked well. Not spectacular or anything, but enough that we both happily agreed to meet up for a sushi dinner. Love a sushi dinner. That's the way to my heart. Well, the well-toned, prim and handsome guy I matched with ended up being a very overweight, greasy-haired, rude one instead. Oh. He seemed very offended when I said, hey, sorry, I didn't recognize you, but you look nothing like your profile pictures. Dinner was pretty awkward after that. I tried to keep a lively conversation going, but he stayed on his phone the majority of the time. That would annoy me. To be honest, like, if I matched with you and was expecting to have you look like a certain way and I turned up and you didn't look like that way, I would be a bit shocked, but I'd still make the most out of the day. But if you're being rude and being on your phone, then I'm gonna be like, oh, well, you're definitely not who I matched with. Goodbye. There was another time when a different guy pulled the same stunt, except instead of being rude, he was overly affectionate, calling me pet names and acting as if we were already a couple. With that one I did leave pronto, who blew up my phone when I left, calling me every name under the sun, good times. What the hell? I'm sorry, but if I was on a first date with someone and they started calling me like sweetie, pumpkin, darling, babe, I'd be like, stop. Number one, I'm not your babe. Number two, I'm not your pumpkin. And number three, goodbye. Goodbye. We talked on Tinder for maybe 2 weeks before setting up a date. We decided I'll pick her up at her house, then we will go out to bowl. Excellent first date idea. Everything went well, but she wouldn't make any type of eye contact. I figured something was up, so I asked her if anything was all right. She said she's fine, just tired. So the night continues, and after a few hours of being out, she said with a panic in her voice, I gotta get back home now. So I cut the date short to drive her back home. She told me to park one street over, which I knew was a problem. She jumped out of my car before I even stopped and ran to her house. A few weeks later, she texts back saying she had a good time and would like to go back out with me. I asked her what was wrong when we went out. She told me she was on house arrest and the cops showed up at her house that night after being out too long. Oh my gosh. I mean, did you ask what she was on house arrest for? Like if it was a minor crime. No. Crime is crime and crime is bad. Oh my gosh. That's insane. So a while ago I matched with this girl. She seemed kind of cute. I come up with a cheesy but not creepy opener and we talk for a while. Now normally I like to stalk my Tinder matches a bit, okay. Nothing too sketchy, but I like to make sure they're real people first. Quick Google search, check for them on Facebook, reverse image search their photos, okay. I did the first two things. Well, I did the first two things when I used to do online dating. I never did a reverse image search, oh my god. Whatever secures in your mind that they're real, I guess. First red flag, I can't find this girl on Facebook at all. I complained to her about it. She said something about how she doesn't really use Facebook all that much or something. I get her last name and suddenly, bam, there's a Facebook. No posts older than a few days, only like 5 photos. She's got a super Russian name. It looks like every spam Facebook friend invite I've ever gotten. Oh, Okay, so it's like one of those profiles that you've probably gotten them. It's like, click this link to see my special photos. And it's always this like superly, is that a word? We'll roll with it. This superly stunning woman who's posing rather provocatively and is like, be friends with me and you'll see all of this amazing, wonderful stuff because you're my friend. I've had thousands of them through my inbox. Never click on them because I'm worried that it's a virus and I don't really need that kind of content in my life anyway. But yeah, okay, so that's the kind of person OP is about to go on a date with, so here we go. But I'm lonely, so whatever, so we keep talking. Finally agree to hang out. She tells me about a bar halfway between where she allegedly lives and where I live. I think, okay, public place, I can dig it. I can't shake the image of showing up at this bar and being mugged by a group of Russian men though, so on the way I deposit all of my cash in an ATM. Fair. Show up at the bar, surprised to find her there and looking like her profile picture. But then she says, this bar's too crowded, let's go to a different one a block away. Fair, why not? Now I'm a little sketched. We walk to the other bar, I check down every alley for the gang of muggers as though she's gonna lead me into as part of her scam. Nothing. We get to the bar, chat a bit, I'm still suspicious. I get a little tipsy, she keeps talking about this pizza place across the street. That's good. I agree we should go get pizza. Pizza is excellent, yes, very good date fodder. As we're leaving the bar, she goes, actually, well, let's go somewhere else. She suggests a different pizza place about 15 blocks away. It's freezing cold out and I'm drunk, alarms are going off. Stupid me. I agree. We walk to the other pizza place. I'm frozen when I get there. We order pizza, eat it, and head to a third bar nearby. I'm trying to maintain suspicion, but it's cold and I'm still tipsy. We get into the bar. I find out she broke up with her ex of 4 years a couple of days before we matched on Tinder. Different kind of alarms are going off. At one point, she leans in and kisses me. I can't help but feel this is super quick and I'm panicked. We part ways and I go back home. Oh. Turns out she's just super weird, but I love her. We've been dating steadily for a year since then, and she hands down the best thing that's ever happened to me. Oh, and I still make fun of her now for how many red flags I had to ignore to keep dating her. Oh my goodness, I did not expect that ending. Oh, that's nice. That's not a horror story. I mean, I guess maybe like the paranoia in the beginning was a bit scary, but oh, I'm glad that ended well. Right when Tinder came out, before I got involved with my current girlfriend, I was having the best time chatting with this amazing girl who was a paramedic. We both had hectic schedules and worked that weekend, so we just chatted via text for days and days, having a blast before we had time to meet up. She kept playfully asking me if I was sketchy or a criminal or anything like that, and she had a bad habit of falling for less than savory guys who had a bad run-in with the law and other criminals. Oh. Fast forward to 2 nights before we are to meet in person and I'm walking to a buddy's house to chill and have some beers. 2 jewelry thieves decide to jump me for my gold chain rings and stab me in the back of my head during the struggle. I was fine, just a bad gash to the back of the skull. You were stabbed in the back of your head? What? That's insane. That's insane. Wow. I was fine. I love that. I was fine. I got stabbed in the back of the head, but I'm fine. It's fine. It's fine. I also had a reasonably sized bag of the devil's lettuce on me that ended up being split out of my pocket. So here I am, sitting on the sidewalk, leaking blood out of the stab wound in my head and weed on the ground in front of me, and out of the city of almost 3 million people with thousands of ambulances. Guess whose ambulance shows up? Needless to say, after an awkward ambulance ride, we recognized each other straight away. She unmatched me and never answered a text again. Thug life. That's sad. Like, I wish, did you try to explain yourself? Like, I'm not gonna lie, if I saw something like that happen to someone I was talking to, I'd be like, what the hell? Oh my gosh, are you okay? Like, what's going on? I wouldn't just assume you're like a criminal or anything. Damn. I matched with this classy lady one time. We started chatting back and forth, decided on meeting place, and I showed up. Much to my surprise, she was who she said she was. Yes! We're having a few margaritas and things are going good. She's a hottie, and we end up going back to my house. She can't keep her hands off me. We do the, wow, okay, we get down and dirty on the couch, it seems, and she tells me that was amazing and I really hope we could do that again. Great! Except, oh, and by the way, like, don't worry about contacting me because, you know, I'll contact you as I don't want my husband to find out. What? What did you just say? 2 weeks later, she texted me, never heard from her again, haven't been on Tinder since. Woo! Cheating. I don't get cheating. It's not right. No. If you're not in love with someone, just break up with them. Okay? I get it. Divorce is hard. But chat with your other half and be like, yo, I'm not feeling this anymore. Can we just like mutually break up? Kind of thing. Yeah. Like, don't just drag the other person along in the relationship that you don't want to be in anymore. Just break their heart. I'm sorry, but break their heart. If you're not feeling it, literally, life is too short. Break their heart. Allow them to move on so you can move on as well with whoever you're sleeping with behind their back. So, right, anyway. I talked to this guy here and there who lived an hour away. One night he messaged me and said that he was in town for work and asked if I wanted to get dinner. I just made dinner at home and he had previously told me that he didn't drink, so I suggested that we could go bowling. He picked me up and had a really nice car and was pretty good looking. We went bowling and had a fun time and it was pretty early in the night. He invited me back to his hotel to watch football, so I agreed. As we were watching the game, I mentioned how my brother played football in his high school. He asked me if it was a team full of white kids, and I told him it pretty much was. His response, good, that's how it should be. When I asked him to explain what he meant, he says, I wish I went to a school like that. You know how black people are. What? I told him I didn't know what he meant by that and he said, white is where it's at. At that point, I had already agreed to stay overnight and I would have felt weird asking him to take me home. So I just ignored his comment and said, no. I'm sure wherever you are, you would have been in the city, you could have called a taxi and gotten away from that horrible, racist bastard. What the fuck? You should have left. Throughout the night, he continued to make racist comments and tell me about how he doesn't even use condoms, but if he has to, he gets magnets. He's probably got a tiny dick. The next morning, as he was driving me home, he called his mom, yelled at her, hung up, and turned to me and said, what a fucking bitch, women, am I right? I probably deleted his number. About a month later, he texted me, I miss you. When I asked who it was, he got all mad and was like, I guess I mean nothing to you. I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. How are there people like this that exist? This was 6 years ago. 6 years ago. I hope that whoever this guy was, now, in 2021, has bloody grown up a little bit and moved with the times, honestly. Ugh. People like this make me feel physically sick. But honestly, I think if I ever was to go on a date, if I was talking to a guy, doesn't matter how long I was talking for this guy for, but if I went on a date and they started saying stuff like that, I would walk out. I'd slap him. I'd probably slap him around the face and be like, you need to seriously start thinking about the shit that you were saying, and I would leave. I would not pay him any attention. Honestly, ugh, people like that make me sick. They are a waste of breath. And if that offends you, then I'm not sorry. Yeah. It's been me, Amy, your favorite mermaid. If you have enjoyed this content, please maybe like this video and comment below. Yeah. You don't have to, I don't mind. Anyway, yeah, it's been me, Amy, favorite mermaid, all of this jazz, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. Peace, goodbye, yes.